what I was saying is that like for Armored Core, right? I think it's really the game is really fun though. Like they really capture the whole mecha like aspect to it, as you can see in the game, like the screen right now. It's fucking awesome, dude. But like I just think like, because to me, like, number one is that I'm not used to like the whole like the Mech Warrior gameplay kind of shit. That shit took me like at least 3 hours at least of playing the game to really like get the feel of the game, like the movement, all that shit. So as you can see, I'm a little bit more used to the like the movement now, as you can see. Like if I showed you like my intro, the gameplay intro, I probably is a lot worse. So probably it's better to not show that. But like I think I only played for like I think 5 hours yesterday for this, so I did put in a little bit of time into it. But like I did like the game, right? I actually did really like the game a lot. The movement is great. The sound is great. But I think like when it comes to like music, the BGM music, it's like it's a very very quiet ambiance. Like it's mostly an ambiance sound. There's like maybe sometimes here and there like music here. It is very similar to like Elden Ring in a way. I feel like this game sometimes it kind of has that feeling. It has that like the whole Elden Ring shit where, you know, when you're just like running around, it's just super quiet, right? Yeah, I feel like it has that. But like other than that, like the visuals it's fucking good, man. Like white noise, yeah, exactly, like white noise, yeah. But like the visuals is good, like the gameplay, the controls, everything, it feels really good. But like because I'm not used to like the gameplay at all, right? To me, it's very very new because like you actually have to use your like your arms, your weapons on your arms and your shoulders. So it's like they bind it to, because I'm playing on the PS5, right? So they bind it to your shoulder buttons, right? So this R1 L1 is kind of like your arm weapons, and then this two is like wait no, this two is your arm weapons. This is your shoulder your shoulder weapons, right? So it's like I have to really play my I have to hold the controller like this. I literally have to use it like this. Usually I always play it like this, you know, to me, so I can have like a really firm grip. So, but I can't do that, right? I'm not used to it, so I like have to get used to playing it like this, like playing it like a claw, right? You know, I have to play it like this so I can actually press all the buttons simultaneously while I'm doing like the jumping, the movement, the dodging, right? Because the dodge is square, yeah, and stuff. So yeah, I have to do all that. It's really hard for me to really get the hang of it first because it's totally new, and like I fought a few bosses and like I didn't understood like how the bosses work, and because you know the dodging in this game has no iframes. You physically have to dodge the missiles. You know, I feel like because that's probably the one thing that I wasn't really too fond of, because you know, I'm so used to Souls, right, where you actually when you have iframes to it, but you don't in this game. Because when the missile comes to you, right, you actually have to like the missile have to physically move, because you can't actually do that, right? That I feel like that's one of the cool things about the game, though. Like you can actually physically dodge everything. It makes you feel like, oh man, that is like cool as fuck, right? You know what I mean? It's like you actually have like control of the whatever you're having right now, right? But the thing that I remember I had issues with the game, right, when I'm playing it at the start, is that it makes me needing like literally at the start of the game, right? What it asks me to do is that I need to go farm. That is the thing they're like asking me to do, because like I feel like I because what I went with like whatever I'm doing right now, like the mech, I decided to like fuck around. Like the first few purchases I did, right, whatever I did, I basically went for like a stupid fucking heavy motherfucker, like a normal walker, but it's heavy as fuck. So I was kind of slow. Like for the most part, I was kind of slow. Like I saw my boost sprint speed or whatever was actually a lot lower from like the default one that I originally had, you know? But like when I went through some missions, they were asking me to like the way it feels like it just made me feel like I should have gone to a lighter Mac, or they call it AC basically, right? Yeah, I had to go for a lighter Mac because there was like, I'm not sure. Am I allowed to say what kind of boss is it? I don't really remember the boss name, but like am I allowed to do that? Is that spoiler? Because I feel like I'm actually saying how the boss work and stuff. Should I do that? I feel like I shouldn't do that, right? Because it's still kind of new. And I feel like a lot of times probably people want to experience how the boss is to begin with. But okay, never mind. Okay, let's just not say that. So like for what happened, my experience was like what I needed. It felt like what he asked me to do is like, oh, see, I just got ripped already. So what he asking me, basically what it felt to me, like what the game kind of felt to me at that time, what it was telling me to do is that I need to farm money. Because I already invest in buying all this shit, but it feels like my max sucks for what I'm supposed to do right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude, really? Like, I literally just started and he's already asking me to go farm or grind. It's like, dude, come on, man. You know what I mean? To me, that was a bit kind of annoying, to say the least. It's a little bit annoying, but I feel like it's one of those things where you can kind of brush aside. It's not really a big deal, you know, that kind of thing. But to me, it's a little bit of a negative thing. I didn't really like it too much. Like, because I kind of wanted to like play the game a little bit more. And then not to mention like the I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's only like the first few hours, I guess, but like I hardly see any lore to it. I mean, I guess it's like really at the beginning, right? There's not much lore to say, but like the first few hours, right? I go like, what? When it comes to like the lore, like all I'm doing is basically, all right, I'm literally a lapdog. I'm just doing some random shit for some higher up fuckers so I can get fame. So I can be like XQC. That's basically what's happening. I'm like some dude right now. I'm me on Twitch. I'm trying to be like XQC. That's what I'm doing. So I'm doing jobs from like bigger dudes or whatever shit. Yeah, that's yeah, so that I feel like that's probably one of the problems I had at the beginning. But like at the same time, like to me, because I feel like I'm also like not really a big Armored Core fan to begin with, so it really doesn't, I feel like the game really didn't stick with me. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to say like I'm not really feel like I'm into a game like this. But I feel like it's a really damn good game though. But it's just that I feel like maybe I'm not really the target audience. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those games where I feel like I'm not really into like the setting of it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that makes sense. you know, it's kind of like, say for example, like how do I say this? Like Baldur's Gate 3, right? I can see it's a fucking good game, but I'm not into that because, you know, like fucking Dungeons and Dragons thing, that kind of RPGs setting or whatever, the Western, you know, that kind of RPG setting, it just doesn't seem to appeal to me. So I just can't seem to like really enjoy that kind of game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's one of those things. But I feel like this game is good though. I feel like the game is good, but at the same time, I just feel like it's just not for me, you know? I feel like that's the problem. I mean, at the moment, I think I will still give it like at least 7.5 out of 10 or some shit. I probably might even give it an 8 if it had actually better music or whatever instead of just white noise. But like, it's still, to me, it's like definitely higher than above average kind of game. It's fucking awesome, dude. You know? Yeah, so like, yeah, exactly. Like, if you've been playing Armored Core a lot, I feel like you're 100% gonna love this fucking game, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just that I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like at the same time as well, like, I didn't really, like, went into the game too hard, too, just because that, I don't know, I have other games to play, too, so it's kind of hard, right? I feel like, another comparison I would say is, like, maybe, you know, like, when when Elden Ring came out, for example, right? When Elden Ring came out, like, I know how hard I went into that game, like that, but I didn't really feel that for this game. Despite me being very, very excited for this game too, by the way. I was very excited when the game was announced and shit. And I mean, I pre-ordered the fucking game, right? So, so yeah, I really wanted to play the game, but for some reason, like suddenly, like the I feel like as the release date slowly came in closer, right? I didn't really feel that excited anymore. I feel like it's because I have other games to play, because like now, like, I would honestly rather spend more time playing PoE rather than Armored Core, for example. So I kind of feel like I'm probably gonna take things very, very slowly with Armored Core, unfortunately. I definitely want to play more. I really want to play more, but I feel like also a lot of times, like, when it comes to like this game, I probably, especially like I want to farm some money so I can get some shit, but like, if I want to do that, I feel like I would probably do that off stream kind of thing, But yeah, like the other thing I didn't really went into. I feel like I'm reviewing the fucking game right now, dude. What the fuck? But like the thing I probably didn't really went into was like the like right now I'm actually showing the screen earlier, right? But like the customization is fucking amazing, dude. Dude, I love the customization for Armored Core 6. Like, even though I'm briefly just into the game, they gave me like some pieces and shit to choose from. Dude, there's so much shit you can like just fuck around, and then you can even share with other people. You can just join people's builds and shit, and then you can just, take that shit. It's fucking awesome, dude. Like, how can you not say that is good shit? Like, people just complaining about the game because the bosses are hard. Fuck off, man. That was just clearly a skill issue, man. I had problems in the fucking intro boss too, okay? I suck at the game. Okay? Dude, I suck at the game too. For those who didn't know, right? I spent more than an hour in the intro stage because the intro boss, I thought you were supposed to die. And then you just, like every other Souls games, right? Like, they just bring you forward and shit, right? But no, you have to kill the boss. But because I was so shit at the fucking game, I was having a hard time. But I persevered through. I learned, I basically did, because I gotta play it like, because it's from a FromSoft game, right? So it's like Mecha Dark Souls, okay? Mecha Souls game. We gotta learn and see what to do, alright? They did give you like tips and shit. They did backseat me a little bit because after I died like a fuck ton of times, the game is like, nah man, here's some tips, bro. I don't like that, to be honest, but it's fine. I feel like they have to do that for like every games these days, right? People will go like fucking rage. Because that's how it is, right? Like, I went into it as if I was playing like Dark Souls. I have to learn a brand new game. I was learning it, trying to understand it further, but like everything about it is like, as I get through, as I play more missions, like more or less, I get to understand the game more. Like, I get to see why this game is like, dude, this thing is deep. You know what I mean? The game is deep as fuck. Like the amount of shit that you can do. Whoa, shit. It's kind of like that. It's fucking deep as fuck. Like, the amount of stuff that you can actually do is great, man. I really think the game is good. It's just that I just feel like maybe the game wasn't really like my cup of tea at the moment, so it's kind of hard right now. I mean, oh yeah, for sure, but like, because I was referring it to like the intro stage, right? Because the intro stage, you are literally starting out with that shit. You can't use anything, so you have to obviously learn what the fuck the boss, what was the weak point of the boss, what you should be doing and shit, right? That kind of stuff. So that's what I did, and I guess it worked out in the end. I just have to get good, I guess. That's basically what I did, really. Like, I felt like I managed to beat the tutorial boss because I managed to get good. I managed to understand what I needed to do, what I had to do, my basically what I was like my downfall and shit, what I was like doing wrong. I learn my mistakes, I get better at it, and I apply to the next stage, and then I just managed to proceed after that. I feel like that's basically one of the joys of playing video games, no? you play the game, you're feeling like you're very, very lost, but you manage to learn what the game actually like puts you up with. Like, here you go. You just learn as you play. I think that's probably one of the best things when it comes to like actually just playing like a video game, right? You learn and progress. You learn as the game goes on, kind of thing. I think that's straight up always the best way. That's one of the main reasons why I feel like Souls games has always been like a really, really good like, well, genre now, right? Because we have Souls like shit now. You know what I mean? I feel like that's one of the things that is really, really fucking good. You know? Just because that you get to understand like how the game works. Like, the more options you have, the more stuff you can do. You know, that kind of stuff. Then you can mix and match. You change here and there, blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe you go into this stage in a different setup, blah, blah, blah. All that shit. That kind of applies to Souls too, in a way, you know? Maybe you bring like a different weapon and shit. But yeah, so that's probably one of the things that I feel like at the moment in Armored Core 6, what I need to do is that I need to get money so I can actually like, you know, fuck around with other setups. Because I saw like the other setup looks cool as fuck, you know, like what they call it? The tetrapods, right? Basically the four-legged fuckers. I wanted to make like a mech like that, and also like having like a tank mech. That shit looks cool as fuck, right? You know, it's like, it's one of those things like I feel like I just want to like, you know, make just for the fun of it because it looks cool as shit, you know, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's what this game is really making me want to do, but at the same time, yeah, no time and shit. I kind of feel also like I'm not really into like the whole mech thing, so I didn't really want to like, I didn't really feel like playing that much, kind of thing. But yeah, all in all, conclusion, this game is good. I feel like the people are complaining are mostly just number one. This is a few things I can come up with. These few things is probably like they are probably bad at the game. Number one. Number two is they're really not into the whole what's that? Fuck, I wanted to say something, but I just immediately forgot what I wanted to say. What did I wanted to say again? Fucking GBF screen kind of distracted me, that's why. I don't want to farm. No, it's okay, because like if that's how the game wants me to do, I feel like that's fine. I just try to do it. I mean, to me, I know for a fact that I have to farm in this game, because when I saw you know, it's kind of like, yeah, like the one you said earlier, like a Gran Turismo or Mecha, right? It is kind of like that, right? I can kind of understand it. I know I have to farm it at some point, so it's like I didn't expect it to be too early. But like, yeah, I feel like the people have like complaining are either really bad at the game, or they're just really not into mecha. They're just not really into like the whole playstyle of like, well, the mech warrior playstyle, basically, right? Like, yeah, you can save a build, sold every piece, and buy them for the same price. So you can sell every piece and buy another one, save the build, etc. Oh yeah, I know that they mentioned that, but you see, I just started. You know, as I mentioned several times now, I just started. I barely managed to fit in an entire new one because the default mech, you cannot sell the parts, right? So I'm trying to get every single piece. I'm trying to do that. So I still need money, right? So yeah, in order for me to get there, I still need some money, right? So I have to do that first. To be all in all, it's a pretty damn good game. I think I had fun in it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I can't really play too much because I'm not really feeling it.